uh, for my first episode on this video podcast series that I'm gonna start. I was gonna talk about recapping the summer, as at the time I'm recording right now, it's the beginning of August, and you know, I wanted to recap the summer because we had a lot of soccer action, aka football, but in whatever. Um, Basketball, uh, NBA playoffs. They were good, really good. I liked them. I watched Eastern Conference Finals, Western Conference Finals, the semis, both semis. Great basketball. But you know, I'll make another video for, recapping the summer, and you know what Argentina's win meant. And Brazil winning the Olympics. Mexico losing two finals. Um, what Italy did in that the Euros, how England bottled it. We'll make another video for that for sure, for sure. But at the moment, right now, as a Barca fan, I'm going through a lot of emotions right now. I'm. Let's put it like this. It's a roller coaster of emotions, to put it in simpler terms. And I went into this season hopeful that the team could gel around Messi. The core they have, this young core they have of Pedri, um, Ansu Fati coming back from injury. Hopefully he gets up to where he was last season, where he started. He started so well before the injury. Pedri was insane in the Euros, and then he goes to the Olympics in Tokyo, and then plays with the Spanish Olympic team, and he brings them to he's part of the team that goes to the final. I mean, he's next up. We all know this. I like who else is on the team. Araujo's pretty good center back. He's young. He has lots of potential. Big shoes to fill once PK eventually retires, and sadly, then Let is a little let down. Umtiti's not the player that they thought they signed. And anyways, um, I like the Depay signing. I think he has goals in him. He has assists. He's a playmaker. He's a good replacement for Messi. Not a great. I think a good. He can become great. He has the potential. There was a reason why United signed him at an early age, because he's nice. Um, so there was some hope. I saw glimpses that Griezmann was getting better and more comfortable at Barcelona last season. I thought he had a good season. Not 2016 Griezmann, or even 2018 Griezmann. No, 2018 Griezmann was insane, but he was getting better. He was getting better, and I think him playing him and the 9, maybe Messi out wide, or just flow in while Depay played that cam, that 10, and you had on the left you had Fati or Dembele, if he could stay healthy, you know. But then out of nowhere, you have Messi, deservedly so, had gone to vacation, and we were like, okay, he's gonna come back and train with the team as soon as he's off of holiday. He's gonna come back with the team. He's gonna be practicing. His boy Aguero arrived at Barcelona training grounds. He's up and running, and then the news breaks out that he's not gonna be able to resign because Barcelona have extremely high wages that they're paying out to the whole roster. They have no money. That, like, where are they getting money? And they can't afford Messi's new wages, so he can't re-sign. He can't have an extended contract with Barcelona. The La Liga basically says no, you can't sign him. Um, Probably, like, they have their fair play rules or whatever for La Liga, and since Neymar, all the signings, maybe except one or two, have been. The thing is, all the signings have been huge. Uh, they have been huge, ginormous signings. Like, you don't have like a 20 or 30 million sign where, that they were all like 60, 70, 80, 100. Griezmann was like $100 million dollar sign. Like, you have enormous signings. You have like Griezmann, Dembele, um, Coutinho. They've all been disappointing signings. They're great. They're great players, but disappointing because the production, the production of goals and assists aren't there. That's what you bring these type of players to Barcelona for. Um, Match performances subpar, and some of these players can't stay healthy, so it sucks. It's frustrating because Neymar was probably, him and Suarez were the best signings since Henry and Ronaldinho at Barcelona. Like, I can't name of a better signing. Maybe Mascherano. Mascherano was a great signing. Um, Ter Stegen, but regardless, they haven't been able to supplement or replace what Neymar left. What that the production that he provided, they haven't been able to replace it. They try to replace it with wingers, strikers, playmakers, because that's what Neymar was. He could play on the wing with his pace. He could drop into the middle. He could assist. He could make plays. He could link. He could link the play up. Um, he could score goals. He's proven to be a goal scorer. So I know people knock him, but he's a great player. Like, his skills and flair is what brings joy to the game of football. Um, People don't knock Ronaldinho for doing all his tricks, and people, when Robinho was around, that Brazilian team of the Samba, the Jogo Bonito, 2002, 2006, the World Cup teams, those were teams that were fun to watch. Neymar brings that aspect. It's fun to watch. He's entertaining us. You can't take that for granted. It's amazing the skills he's able to pull off. But I digress. Back to my point, which was Messi wasn't able to sign a contract with Barcelona. He wasn't able to extend his contract, his stay, his continue his legacy at Barcelona. And I think we all saw it coming. As soon as Man City signed Grealish before Messi announced that he wasn't going to renew with Barcelona. And even, then we were like, okay, they signed Grealish, City. They're not in the running for Messi because they need a striker. Messi will score goals, but they need a true number 9, someone they can play off, because they have already too many false nines. The false nines that Pep plays with. Too many playmakers, too many central players, and wide players, which Messi can play wide, play middle, but they don't have the 9, so they need a 9. They don't need another Bernardo Silva. They don't need another Grealish. They don't need another Foden. They don't need another De Bruyne. They don't need that. So the clear cut front runner to sign Messi was PSG. Everyone knew it. It was coming. Eventually, it happened. As of as as of the time I'm recording this, it was made official today, and I'm happy for him. It's a new challenge in his life. And a lot of people, uh, me myself would want him to go to the Premier League, and because a lot of people are like, oh, he's always been at La Liga, and he can't do it in it. What the production he's done, the goals, the assists, what he's able to do in La Liga, he can't do it in another league. And Premier League's the best league in the world. And to me, that's bullshit because every time he plays a Premier League team in the Champions League, he scores against them, and he does insane performances. He's beaten United twice in the final. He scored wonder goals against Liverpool. Um, he's made clutch goals against Chelsea. I don't want to hear it. The point I was going back to. Yeah, he's got to go to another league. It's a new challenge. It's a new team. Can he win the Champions League with this team? Because that's what it is going to be. That's when it's going to be. That's their goal. This is the transfer window that PSG had was, bar none, probably one of the best of all time. Um, Probably in any, if you compare it to any sport, I mean, it's insane. That's how good it was. You compare it to any sport, uh, transfer window or free agency or whatever you want to call it, it's insane. Um, I don't know. I feel like maybe the Golden State Warriors building through the draft or signing KD, but that's over years. This was in one summer and all on free, which is insane. From Donnarumma, Ramos, Hakimi, Messi, you name it, Wijnaldum. Insane signings, insane. Yes, they're a little. Only Hakimi's young. Everyone, and Donnarumma, but everyone else, yes, 30 and above, but they're still great world class players. Ramos is still probably one of the best defenders in the world. I'll take him on my team any day. He's a warrior. Um, Messi is Messi. Wijnaldum is an engine in the midfield, and he's technically very very good. Um, Donnarumma's. I mean, just go back and watch the Euro highlights. I mean, he's gonna be one of the. He has the potential to be one of the greatest goalkeepers of all time, and following Buffon's steps. Hakimi is just an explosion of pace down the right side, up and down. So great signings for them. Um, And I'm excited to see what that trio of Mbappe, Neymar, and Messi can do, along with Di Maria, along with Wijnaldum, and yeah, why not Icardi? Let's see what they can do. Yes, we know they're gonna score goals, but the style of play. Can they gel together? Can they play great, attractive football? Can they play Barcelona-esque? Can they play Arsenal-esque, where it's like give and go, uh, one touch, two touch football, movement off the ball, or is it gonna be like a counter-attacking style like Mourinho's Madrid or Ancelotti's Madrid, where they defended well and they used the spaces left behind by the defense to they exploited the spaces with pacey wingers and very counterattack, counterattack football, straight attack your defense straight down the throat. I'm trying to find what's the word I'm trying to find. Straightforward, no, but you get what I'm saying. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I'm definitely gonna try to tune into their games. I think a lot of people are going to, because before we were accustomed of them winning League One, without really any competition. Last year, of course, last season they lost it to Lille, but that was uh, that was definitely more. I think PSG having an off season. All credit to Lille, but it was one of those fluke seasons. Um, you kind of saw that around top Europe's top league, that the usual teams didn't win the leagues, and it's good for football because you get parity. You get, like, you don't get the same teams winning over and over again. But this season, I think you could kind of see a couple teams, a couple, the normal teams that win the league win it again, like the normals, like the usuals. In Italy, I could see Juventus winning it. Inter got depleted. Almost the whole roster, just it's up for sale. Uh, PSG's, I mean, come on, like they said, we're going not only for the Champions League, we're gonna try to win literally the treble and or whatever every competition they're in. Um, of course, cities are still the favorites in the Prem. Um, La Liga, I think Atletico Madrid are the favorites, but you never know with Barca Madrid. They're Barca Madrid. I like to see how Sevilla does. I think they have a solid team. They played really well last season. They came in fourth, I believe, and they have the chance to really fight for the league. But we'll see. Um, in Germany, I think Bayern's still gonna be Bayern. So, anyways, um, yeah. So again, I'm rambling because sometimes with players that you have been following for such a long time, and they really solidify. For me, Messi, I've been following him since forever, and I was a Barca fan before, but he really made me a true, like, Barca supporter. Him and Iniesta were the ones that solidified that for me, because I was a fan with Rafa Marquez, Ronaldinho, Thierry Henry. When they were playing, I was a big fan. But Messi and Iniesta were the two players that really solidified, like, I'm Barca forever. Like, I'm a Barca fan. And it's not so much that he left, because he was eventually going to leave. It's how he left. He just left on a free. Barca weren't even able to um, get a transfer fee for him, which would have solved so many financial problems that they have at the club right now. It would have solved, who knows, they would have spent the money on some players, or they would have saved it for another transfer window, or just use it for their own club. Um, the way he was at the podium when he was saying his farewell speech, just crying there. I mean, it's just sad. Um, and I think he's never gonna come back to the club as a player. I think he's gonna retire eventually in Argentina. I really think he's gonna go back to his boyhood club of Newell's, and he's going to retire there. Um, or whatever club he chooses. He might play a year or two in the MLS, but that's basically retirement in itself. So for Barcelona, I think it really was goodbye. And as a Barca fan, I think Barcelona fans everywhere it's just, you just gotta take it and say thank you, Leo. Thank you, Leo Messi, or for everything you've done. Because you've made football enjoyable to watch. You've made some stuff that's been, you know, hard to, you find difficult words to describe what he's been able to do. That's why I think Ray Hudson's one of the best commentators, because he's able to put what he does into some sort of sense and words and some sort of description and some sort of metaphor that just describes how amazing he really is and how talented he is. And what a player! I'm just rambling on him, and he's an amazing player. As a Barca fan, it sucks. Again, it's gonna suck for a while. It's gonna sting, but you have to learn to move on. And yeah, I'm rambling, and that's my 2 cents about this transfer, about Messi leaving Barcelona, going to PSG. Will I eventually buy a PSG jersey? Maybe. The away one is nice. That's a nice kit right there, the away kit. But I don't know if would buy Messi. I think Messi you have to buy a Barcelona Messi jersey. PSG, whoever else, but not Messi. I can't do that. If he wins the Champions League with PSG, um, congrats to them if they win it. If they don't, it's a bust. Plain and simple. For them, it's Champions League or bust. And as far as for Barcelona, it's gonna be a rebuilding phase. These next couple of years, it's rebuilding. Try to see if we could sell on Griezmann eventually, Coutinho eventually. Dembele really he hasn't done shit. So sell him on with whatever money we could get from them as a club, the transfers. Use that to reinvest in some youth, some prospects, just some talented young players to rebuild around, because when you think of Barcelona's core, they had it since La Masia, but that core was a core that they had in that was winning everything. Xavi, Busquets, Piqué. Puyol was a little older, but Cesc, Pedro, Messi, all those players was a core that grew up together. Iniesta, that they were just together for so long. Build that core. One of the pillars, one of the main reasons why Madrid won so many Champions Leagues in the mid 2000s was it 2014, 2015, no, 2016, 2017, 2018, 4 and 5 years, was because they had a spine. The goalkeeper, you had the defense, center backs, the center back core, you had the midfield core, and then you had the forward core. And that's it. That's all you need, and the rest just takes its place. Hopefully Barca people watch this, and they hopefully they just I think they have to know, like, hopefully the new president that comes in, or the president that just came in, does a better job of managing players and have people in the front office manage the contracts better and manage the recruitment better, and the signings, because again, all the signings have not panned out since Neymar. All the big ones. It's hard to even think which one since Neymar has actually worked out. And you really can't think of one. If you can think of one, let me know. But which one? Which one? Like Griezmann has been playing better again, but so I've been just rambling about just on just Messi, but it's that's how I feel. It's just one of those things that just shocked the world. Um, Even on like you go on Twitter and it's the same thing over and over. It's like I can't believe he's in a PSG uh, uh, um, a jersey, not a Barca jersey. I can't see him in another jersey. Number 30, like not a number 10. You just can't see it. Like you can't believe it because we've been accustomed for so long to see that number 10 Barcelona Messi jersey. Um, I'm 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 lost for words, but I'm gonna move on um, from this. Um, and I'm sure people have seen the memes of Barcelona fans, and it's basically the theme is around them crying and just really sad and distraught from this. And yeah, I'm pretty sure all and most Barcelona fans feel like that. But we gotta move on. We gotta move on. Um, Sticking to the transfer window theme. Um, I don't really follow Spurs. I'm not like the biggest Spurs fan. I know people that are Spurs fans, but I know they've been dealing with something similar with the transfers and the transfer of Harry Kane. They've been literally like this whole summer just waiting to see if he's going to stay or leave the club. And to me, I think he's going to stay. I don't know. You don't know with these things because you could only guess and kind of educatedly predict or take an educated guess or an informative guess or just use the information you're given and try to make a conclusion, but you expect him to leave. He's a world class striker in a dead end team that which are going through a rebuilding phase that have two legitimate world class players, and the rest are meh. I guess you could have said Dele Alli a couple years ago was one of the better young players in the Premier League or in the world, but he's kind of fell off. He he doesn't. Everyone says he doesn't have that drive and hunger anymore. I think he just stopped caring. He stopped caring to play the game. He stopped caring to become great, and it has hindered his development process, his potential, and he's stuck. He's plateaued, and he might even be dipping because 3 years ago in the 2018 World Cup, he was a England call up. He was part of the team that went to the World Cup. He At that time he was like a no brainer, and he was starting in most of those games. Now he didn't even get to the Euro roster, so it sucks because he's a great player. He's young. He's talented. He has great playmaking ability. He's that Cam that Spurs kind of kind of they needed, and they filled it with Kane because Kane was basically their scorer and their best playmaker, their best scorer and their best playmaker. Since they didn't really have that playmaker, Kane had to become that playmaker. So I don't know. The Spurs are a weird team. A weird team. Um, will they be good this season? No. Will they be awful? No. They'll be bang average. I think Kane should. Will a team buy him? No, he will not go to Chelsea. City already bought Grealish. They have the money, and I think they're willing to spend for that striker. I don't think they're getting Haaland because I don't think Haaland's leaving from Dortmund. I think he will stay and will go off this season, and next summer is when he might make the move, and he will be an insane price tag. But I think Kane, really, it's City or nothing. It's City, it's Man City or he stays, and I think he's staying. And if he stays, Spurs are a top 6 team. If he leaves, Spurs are a mid-table team. Because I don't think Sonny is gonna be able to provide what he's not gonna be able to make up for the hole that Kane is leaving, which is 20 goals, 10, 12 assists, which is insane. So Kane stays. The Grealish move to City, I have to say, it was coming. Everyone knew it was going to happen eventually. It was just a matter of time. I know people are saying like, oh, you can't tell Villa fans to be mad or not, but you gotta, you know what, just leave it like that. Villa fans can do whatever they want, but or feel however they want. I think a neutral, you have to understand that Grealish was eventually going to make the move to a bigger club. He's a great player. Yeah, sad. I mean, me as someone that, neutrally watches the Premier League, it's sad that he wasn't able to stay with Villa, but you want to see the underdog team, play well and be a great team and upset the big guy, but Grealish was going to be part of that, but it sucks because he is Villa. He is the captain. He's been at Villa since a kid, and he leaves kind of like Messi. And he tweeted that. He tweeted, it was like, I cried and I felt like that. How Messi felt is how I felt when I left Villa to City. So, obviously the move was coming. City triggered the $100 million release clause, or pound, whatever, and they were able to negotiate with him, sign him, and he's off to City. Now, it's going to be interesting what they do with the rest of the players. I've heard that Bernardo Silva is on the move out. He's got to be the one to get the boot, to basically get kind of pushed off out of the roster, because you're going to have Foden, Grealish on the left, maybe Sterling on the right. He gets pushed to the right. De Bruyne, Rodri, Fernandinho, Gundogan rotation in the middle, and then you have, or you could put Grealish in the cam or Foden in the cam and push one of them out wide with Sterling. You have Ferran Torres either at the 9 if they don't get a 9, or Gabriel Jesus, and then Ferran Torres on the right. So I don't see Bernardo Silva getting into the starting 11 because last season he had a very disappointing season. He had a very disappointing season, and the production wasn't there. He had a couple, key goals, and I think it was like around February or January where he had like this game-winning goal, and he played a little bit more towards the end of the season, like starting and stuff. But it was too late because he wasn't he wasn't producing. Like Gundogan had an insane season. De Bruyne is De Bruyne. Um, Rodri had an insane season as well. He's a great player. That CDM, he's like almost like a Busquets. He links the defense to the offense. So City are gonna be City. Now with the addition of Grealish, surely they're favorites to win the Prem. I'll have my prediction for the Prem very soon. Hopefully, I'll get it out, but that's another video again. And to wrap this video up, uh, basically, I wanted to keep it themed around transfers and big moves and big signings. Um, and anybody else that stands out, I mean, Lukaku to Chelsea at the time of recording, it hasn't been official, but it's basically almost official. It's in the works. Sancho, I think United, a lot of people don't talk about, yeah, they had a great transfer window, but low key, they've been like, it's been low key. I feel like before, when they weren't signing the players, it was made more like known, like it was more publicized, like it was more transmitted, like it was more news. Now that they got the players, I feel like once they got the players, it was just like, oh, Sancho went to United. Oh, they got Varane. Like, they made the announcement, they made a little post, and boom, like, it's not really talked about it. It's kind of like, it was more like, finally, they finally got him. Like, the Spanish was like, finally, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's been years, I think, since they were linked to Sancho. It's been years since they've been linked to Varane. So, they finally got their players. I think they're one true cornerstone CDM away from challenging City for the Prem. Eventually, they're going to have to bring in a striker to replace Cavani. I don't think it's this season. I mean, this transfer window. Maybe in the winter. But I doubt it. It's going to probably most likely be next summer. I think if Lukaku, which he most likely will, sign with Chelsea, if he does, to me, it becomes both Manchester clubs, United and City. It becomes a race, or it becomes just not even a race. It becomes a fact of who signs who. Who's gonna sign Haaland? Who's gonna sign? Wow, I just blanked out. Who was this say? So Haaland, who would sign? Oh, who would sign Haaland? Who would sign Harry Kane? Um, who would sign who? And you don't have a conflict of clubs with Kane for either because he's I think Spurs. He wouldn't go to another London club. I that's as at the time being, you never know with players nowadays. They go from Barca to Real Madrid or Madrid to Barcelona. And it's like they really go from Barcelona to Madrid. They never go from Madrid to Barcelona. But anyways, actually, never mind because I think Eto'o played at Madrid for a little bit and then went to Barca, if I'm not mistaken. But, anyways, but that's a little more serious with the London clubs. They really don't. Spurs and Arsenal don't like each other, so he'll never go to Arsenal. I doubt he'll go to Chelsea. So it's really Kane to City or Kane to United, Haaland to United or Haaland to City. So that's gonna be interesting for next season and next summer if it doesn't happen this window or in January. So, yeah. Uh, Again, Messi going to PSG. It sucks as a Barca fan, but it is what it is. And of course, I've enjoyed everything he's done at Barcelona. Memorable moments, and again, looking forward to follow his career wherever he goes, because I am a Messi fan. But again, I'm gonna stay loyal to FC Barcelona. That's my team. Um, so thank you for tuning in to the first episode. Um, yeah, I'm gonna try to get the next episode out soon. Uh, it's gonna be my Premier League predictions and see what I think about the upcoming season. It's gonna be really exciting. It's gonna be an unbelievable season, probably one of the better seasons in a while. Um, and there's so many reasons for that. But again, next podcast episode, I'm gonna tell you why. Thank you for tuning in, and make sure to like, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. All right, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.